Good evening and welcome to this evening's edition of News 22. I'm Haley Wolverton.
And I'm Erin Fitzsimons.
On Wednesday, March 5th, fire officials in London say that a blaze that torched the roof of a house and forced the evacuation of 9 residents was likely caused by a pigeon who retrieved a lit cigarette butt and dropped it in its nest. Neighbors said that they had previously seen a bird flying in and out of the holes in the building's roof. According to The Guardian, 4 fire engines and 21 firefighters responded after the building went up in smoke just after 10:20 p.m. Wednesday night. No one was hurt in the fire. A blaze last year was apparently started when a pigeon dropped a smoldering cigarette down a chimney.
The former head of a private prep school in Miami, Florida, is out of $80,000 due to a discrimination settlement after his daughter boasted about it on Facebook. Patrick Snay, 69, former head of Gulliver Prep School, filed an age discrimination complaint when his 2010-11 contract wasn't renewed. In November 2011, the school and Snay came to an agreement in which Snay would be paid $10,000 in back pay and an $80,000 settlement. The school also agreed to cut Snay's attorneys a check for $60,000. But before the ink could dry on the deal, Snay's daughter took to Facebook boasting, quote, "Mama and Papa Snay won the case against Gulliver. Gulliver is officially paying for my new vacation to Europe this summer. Suck it," end quote. Within a few days, the school sent a letter to Snay's attorney stating that Snay had broken a confidentiality agreement and that he would not be receiving the $80,000 settlement.
A high school senior's lawsuit against her mother and father for financial support and college tuition hit a hurdle Tuesday when a New Jersey judge denied the teenager's request for immediate financial assistance from the parents. Rachel Canning, 18, alleges in her lawsuit that her parents forced her out of her Lincoln Park, New Jersey home and that she is unable to support herself financially. The lawsuit asks that her parents pay the remaining tuition for her last semester at her private high school, pay her current living and transportation expenses, commit to paying her college tuition, and pay her legal fees for the suit she filed against her parents. Judge Peter Bogard denied the request for high school tuition and current living expenses at the hearing. Another hearing will be held in April.
A potentially lethal mix of heroin and the synthetic narcotic fentanyl has been found in Connecticut and is being blamed in several overdose deaths. Hartford police say they have arrested 2 dealers last weekend, both selling the heroin and fentanyl mix in packaging labeled New World. Police believe the emergence of this dangerous combination is related to recent trends in overdoses. In recent months, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, and Maryland have been reported in huge spikes in overdose deaths resulting from the heroin combined with fentanyl. Police say the combination has been made its way to Connecticut. They believe the drug has likely been in the state for several months and that this weekend's bust in Hartford is just scratching the surface.
Meet the doll with an average woman's proportions. Artist Nick Olay Lamb created the new Barbie designed to represent a 19-year-old woman. This doll, called Lamely, is meant to show off what Barbie could look like with the average CDC measurements of a teenage woman. Lamely is promoting that average is beautiful.
In a $1.5 million civil lawsuit, a McDonald's customer says he suffered, quote, undue mental anguish after he was just given one napkin when he visited one of the restaurants. Webster Lucas, 59, claims he was eating on January 29th at a Mickey D's in Pacomo, California, when his hands were left unacceptably dirty. Lucas, who claims to be an immaculately clean person, saw food particles on the table and wanted to clean them up. When Lucas addressed the manager, Angel Arcega, developed a nasty attitude. Lucas alleges that Arcega responded with a sentence that began, "You people." Upon hearing that phrase, Lucas snapped. You people, who are you referring to? Black people?" All McDonald's offered him was some free burgers to make up for his unsavory encounter, but that wasn't enough.
The region in Connecticut that currently uses the area code 860 will now be receiving another area code due to the high demand of phone numbers needed in the area. They are also expected to run out by the end of this year. According to the State Public Utilities Regulatory Authority, the 959 area code will go into effect August 30th of this year. After that date, customers asking for new service or additional phone line will receive a 959 number.
A poll indicates there's strong support in Connecticut for legislation that would allow doctors to prescribe medication to help temporarily ill patients end their lives. 61% of registered voters who participated in the Quinnipiac University poll released Thursday said they support the concept. 32% said they oppose it. The same survey found only 33% of voters said they would probably ask for help in ending their own life. Opponents of the legislation criticized the poll, saying it was flawed because the phrase assisted suicide was not used. Advocates believe supporting is growing for the concept. The survey of 1,878 people has a 2.3 percentage point margin of sampling error. A legislative committee has until March 28th to schedule a public hearing on the bill.
Renewing your license might not be as easy as it used to be anymore. Lawmakers are discussing a bill that would require drivers to take a new test before renewing their license. Bill number 335 would go into effect January 1st, 2016. It states that a license seeking renewal of a motor vehicle operator's license shall be required to pass a comprehensive test as to knowledge of the laws concerning motor vehicles and the rules of the road. The bill would also make the people who failed the written test on the first try to pass an on-the-road test. This bill is an effort to prevent bad driving habits in Connecticut.
A bill proposed in Hartford on Thursday would try to answer the question of whether there are harmful chemicals in everyday products that your children use. Connecticut lawmakers are considering legislation that would require several state agencies to come up with a list of chemicals that are considered highly unsafe to children. The agencies would have to take into account potential exposure to a child or developing fetus and to develop a report to be submitted to the General Assembly's Children's and Public Health Committees. The coalition says it's only a fraction of more than 84,000 chemicals found in consumer products, including toys, that have been tested for safety.
And we'll be back with this week's editorial after this short break.
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
Close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When you earn your GED diploma, the barriers in your life fall. Take the first step and get free GED information in your area at 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or yourged.org. Earn your GED diploma and begin your brighter future.
Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw a ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, swap us next Sunday. 60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
And we're back with this week's editorial.
Good evening, I'm Brian Frankovich with tonight's editorial. Recently, the League of Conservation Voters organization released their map of conservation voter support. The map displays all the states color-coded. Green means the state's Congress members and senators supported environmental legislation reform in favor of protecting the earth. Yellow states were neutral, and red states voted against most action to help the environment. I noticed a trend. The green states were mostly found in New England and other wealthier areas of the country, such as California and other parts of the West Coast. The red states were mainly southern states, such as Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Literally, guys, are you kidding me? It should be clear at this point that we can no longer sustain our overpopulated, overpolluted world. The science is there. This was the 4th warmest winter globally in recorded history. Believe it or not, some areas actually cool down with global warming, and scientists believe Connecticut may be one of those cooling areas. But like everywhere else is heating up, so we voted pro-environment. But the states in the South are not voting to help. I'm sorry if anyone here is from the southern states, but literally it seems like they always vote against anything that makes sense. So everything's bigger in Texas. Well, I know the people definitely are, but definitely not the level of common sense. Another issue that the members of Congress, predominantly from the South, have attempted to repeal Obamacare 50 times as of this week. How are you going to do that? I understand maybe you're against it at first, but guys, come on, it passed. Millions of people are already insured with it. What are you going to do, cut all their insurance and be like, psych, y'all got to pay for yo Lipitor now, we was joking. You can't do that, so stop being crazy for like 5 minutes. Okay, thanks. So I guess my point is it seems to be a trend that Southern Republican politicians, not trying to stereotype here, but the statistics back me up, are voting against a lot of progress we've made. I could be wrong, but it seems like we have bigger issues to focus on, like the fact that we have no money and half the world hates us. For News 22, I'm Brian Frankovich.
So you think going out to parties is the only way Eastern knows how to have fun? Surveys show that Eastern students are finding other ways to have fun. CAB brings monthly comedy shows and a new movie every week. Also check out the pancake dinners put on by the campus ministry Thursday nights in the Student Center lobby. And if you are interested in intramural sports, then Eastern offers softball, floor hockey, and volleyball, and anyone is able to join. Students at Eastern are finding a healthy alternative to drinking, and they're still embracing the college experience. For more information, contact the Office of Wellness Promotion.
Jess, I don't know what to do.
What's wrong? I thought it was the night. What happened?
I know it's supposed to be, but he doesn't have a condom. He said he doesn't have any money. He spent it all at the bar.
Well, don't go through with it if he doesn't have a condom.
I know, but he really wants it.
Oh, I know. I heard the other day that Health Services gives away free condoms.
Free condoms!
Free condoms!
Whoa! Did I just hear you guys say free condoms?
Free condoms!
Health Services not only takes care of you when you're sick, but helps you stay healthy. They provide free information, services, and free condoms. They have male and female condoms and are there for any questions you have. Stop by Health Services for any questions or concerns. Remember, Eastern, stay safe.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Or you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Eastern Connecticut State University is celebrating its 125th anniversary this year with a series of special events, multimedia productions, and other activities to highlight Eastern's 125-year history since its beginning in 1889 as the Willimantic State Normal School. To provide the campus community and visitors with a better sense of Eastern's path, a 30-foot timeline of the university's 125-year history will be displayed on the wall next to the Student Center Theater, with a 25-year span being installed each month between January and May 2014. The display will include what was going on in Willimantic, the state of Connecticut, and the United States during each time segment, in addition to what was happening on Eastern's campus. President Elsa Nunez spoke briefly at the ceremony.
On March 17th at 8 p.m., Eastern Concert Chorale and Chamber Singers will be performing at Carnegie Hall in New York City. The singers are under the direction of David Bells and will be performing John Rutter's Requiem.
On March 12, 2014, from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., Eastern's University Hour will be a feature film called Girl Rising. Girl Rising is a film that spotlights the stories of 9 amazing girls born into unforgiving circumstances. The film captures dreams they had, voices they shared, and their lives they lived. This film is also in honor of a movement dedicated to empowering and achieving educational equity for girls all around the world. The event is free and open to the public.
Trish Eigenbrode, fashion style consultant with Debbie Wright's Project Closet, spoke with Eastern Connecticut State University students on March 3rd about how to dress professionally and fashionably on a budget. The event, titled Dress for Success, emphasized the importance of image and dressing appropriately in the workplace. According to Eigenbrode, many professionals have become too liberal with dressing, business casual. Rather than dressing casual, she says, professionals should dress business smart. She assumes students that dressing for the professional world does not need to be boring. Dress creatively, it's okay to mix colors, textures, and patterns. Just be smart when personalizing.
The 35th Annual Wyndham Invitational Special Olympics Swim Meet will be held Saturday, March 8th from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at Wyndham High School. Approximately 350 volunteers will be needed to continue to make this one of the largest and most successful Special Olympics swim meets in Connecticut. The greatest need is for one-to-one partners who will make sure athletes get to their registered events, cheer them on, and get them involved in activities when they are not swimming. Volunteers are also needed in areas such as sports clinics, food service, and water safety. All volunteers will be provided with lunch from McDonald's and a Wyndham Special Olympics t-shirt. This activity is approved for community service credit.
Who here at Eastern doesn't love St. Patrick's Day? With this green rainbow gold coin day rapidly approaching around the corner, Eastern's Campus Activity Board wants students to come in to the Student Center lobby and embrace the luck of the Irish. This event will indulge into the Irish culture along with an appearance by an Irish step dancing group. This event will be held on March 13th from 12 to 3 and is free for all students.
And we'll be back with this week's sports.
Along with weight loss, it's one of the many ways to fight osteoarthritis pain. For more information on managing pain, go to fightarthritispain.org.
Students, it's time to pay for that tuition again and empty out those pockets for ECSU. Ever run out the door and leave everything on behind you? Did you know energy costs are driving up tuition fees? Leave a light on? It's going up. Computer running? It's rising again. By next year, tuition fees will rise 5% due to energy costs. Do your part to help conserve energy here on campus. Turn off your TVs, lamps, computers, desk lights, and lava lamps when not in use. Turn out the lights on rising tuition.
Eastern saves energy.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
And we're back with this week's sports.
I'm Tyler Smith with this week's sports. With spring right around the corner, Eastern Connecticut's lacrosse teams have started their seasons. The men have gotten off to a nice start, winning 2 of their first 2 games. Coming off a huge 4-1 win over Saturday afternoon over New England College, the Warriors defeated Babson College 9-6 on their home field. The women's lacrosse team has struggled to begin their season. The Lady Warriors have dropped 2 of 2, falling to Springfield and Wesleyan. They'll look to grab their first win against Tufts this Saturday at home. Good luck, Eastern. Over its history, both the baseball and softball programs at Eastern Connecticut have won 9 total national championships. They began their journey to the top this past week. The softball team traveled down south to Virginia, where they were defeated in all of their games. However, they only lost to nationally ranked Virginia Wesleyan by 2 runs. The baseball team, however, took on Kean University yesterday. Kean came into the game ranked 5th in the nation. Unfortunately for the Warriors, they couldn't pull off the upset and fell 4-1. Both teams will have their openers later on this month. Good luck over spring break, Warriors. Eastern's Big 3, sophomore guard Trayshawn Preston, senior guards Mike Garrow and Brian Salzillo, were big from 3 against the 4th-seeded Western Connecticut State University at the Francis E. Geisler Gymnasium this last Friday. Preston, Garrow, and Salzillo combined for 64 points, nearly half of them coming on 10 3-point field goals. As number 1 seeded Eastern Connecticut defeated Western for the 3rd time this year. Eastern's men's basketball team's historical season came to a disappointing end last Saturday as they fell in the conference finals 70-61 to Rhode Island College. Eastern had just come off a game where they had scored 88 points. However, their offense was stymied by sloppy play and Rhode Island College's pressure defense. Sophomore guard Trayshawn Preston had 23 points in the game, but it wasn't enough for Eastern to pull out a comeback. Although the Warriors did not grab an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament, they did receive an at-large bid. They will play Houston University Friday in Plattsburgh, New York. Good luck, Warriors. With the calendar now in March, it's almost the best time of the year, as the NCAA tournament is just around the corner. Teams across the country will be aiming to give their last good impressions for the selection committee, as Selection Sunday is only 10 days away. Teams like Wichita State, Florida, will look to solidify their number 1 seedings, while teams like Oklahoma State, Arkansas, and BYU look to make their final push to get a spot in the tournament. The Yukon Huskies will be in the big dance, and as of now, are only slated to be between a 7 and 9 seed. Meanwhile, the Yukon women just recently captured their 7th undefeated regular season win, and look to win their 9th national championship. Excuse me. With Derek Jeter's retirement coming at the end of the 2014 season, ticket holders have decided to make some profit ticket selling. Website StubHub.com has taken action. The website plans on penalizing ticket sellers for raising prices on Yankees tickets, in particular, the Yankees' final regular season home game of the year. Tickets for that game are $215. Yes, $215 to sit in the upper deck. StubHub apologizes to its buyers and plans on having the issue resolved soon. That's all for sports. I'm Tyler Smith for News 22.
Thank you for tuning in to News 22. If you want to see any of our past shows, go to the YouTube channel and search for News 22. I'm Erin Fitzsimons.
And I'm Haley Wolverton. Have a great night, Eastern.